Hello, my name is Debbie Reynolds. They call me the Data Diva. Today I want to talk about the U.S. Patriot Act. The U.S. Patriot Act went into effect October 2001. The Patriot Act was a response to the September 11 terrorist attacks in the U.S., and the purpose of the Patriot Act was to give the government very broad powers and the ability to do these broad investigations and data collection of anyone suspected or actually involved in any type of terror situation. The Patriot Act very much changed the trajectory of data privacy law or data privacy rights in the U.S. Because under the circumstances where the government is investigating anything that could potentially be involved with terror, data about individuals can be gathered and pulled together for those types of investigations. The issue with the Patriot Act in terms of this data gathering is because a lot of data is commingled together. For example, if you're sending an email or you're doing a phone message, a lot of times it's your communication with someone else. And a concern has been for many years with the Patriot Act about data being collected from people who may not have, who are innocent and do have nothing to do with any type of terror investigation. The Patriot Act also is second only to the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution in terms of a hierarchy of data privacy rights in the U.S. So the Fourth Amendment is about the unreasonable search and seizure of data or information about an individual. But because a lot of information is electronic in nature that is being used in some of these investigations, that is definitely a concern with the Patriot Act. So Section 215 of the Patriot Act talks about the types of data, which they call business records, that can be requested from any third party, like an internet service provider, about an individual, and from any other types of provider. So, for example, under Section 215, things like, in addition to phone records, things like the books that you check out at the library, discussions that you may be having with other people and different other types of mediums, tax returns, all those types of things are considered or deemed business records under Section 215. And the issue over the years under the Patriot Act and currently is being reviewed, and it may or may not be renewed in March of this year, is because people think Section 215 is too broad. So it's too broad in terms of the scope of data that's being asked for. It's broad in terms of not specific enough about the individuals that the data may be collected about, meaning that individual innocent people's information may be collected. And also the Congress wants to possibly limit the length of time in which this data can be held. So instead of having it being open-ended or having data collection from individuals on an indefinite basis, they want to limit those two things. So it remains to be seen if this will actually go through or if Section 215 will expire in March of this year, or if it will be renewed, but renewed as a much more narrow law in terms of what FISA courts or the secret courts can deem acceptable for these types of situations, how broad the scope of the request will be, and also the length of time that data will be deemed acceptable or to be kept under these laws and regulations. Thank you.